be good physicians. We want to be great physicians.
The mission of the Yale University School of Medicine is to educate and inspire scholars and future leaders who will advance the practice of medicine and the biomedical sciences.
I love salsa dancing, and that was my stress reliever all through undergrad. And I remember graduating and thinking, okay, never again. But I actually have been able to do that here.
System of education, which encourages us to be curious and to branch out, to learn and study very, very hard, of course, take our craft very, very seriously, but at the same time do so for the love of the knowledge itself, and with the hope that we were training a leader as opposed to just a physician.
Because I had the opportunity to actually come to Yale during a summer program. It was actually a very exciting experience because I had never been to the North.
As great a package for international students as Yale. My classmates are from all over the world, just like me. You know, there are people from Iran, Cuba, you know, different parts of Europe, Canada, all over the United States. Things to me was being able to pursue my hobbies. So I'm a singer, you know, I sang a cappella in college and various choruses and choirs. And my first year here, I was involved in the ultrasounds, which is, you know, a co-ed a cappella group, the only co-ed a cappella group for the medical school. And we took part in, you know, this holiday party held by the chief of general medicine at Yale, met lots of faculty through that. We performed at the Granum, which is our annual huge challenge show, which is actually a fundraiser for the age prep, the college prep program that we do on Saturdays. Yeah, so singing is a huge part of my life, and the fact that I'm able to do that here at Yale is also important to me. I don't know if there are many places where you could go and actually make that time to pursue your hobbies, and the fact is you can do that here. You can go visit family on a weekend and come back and still get your work done.
We're in the Office of Multicultural Affairs, and this is where I meet students, summer students who are, of course, part of our community here at Yale. Others are students who want to join or considering joining the community as medical students. And I often tell them I'd like to know their story. I say the same thing to my patients. I'm in practice as a cardiologist. So stories are very important to us.
Dr. Lee in particular has been a tremendous mentor. So in dealing with any political issues, any sort of questions that I might have, thinking about directions for the organization and all that, having a dean who's sort of on your side, looking out for you, asking you questions, making sure you're okay, has been extremely helpful.
About 3 years ago now, we graduated our first grandmother. She was a woman who came here from Pennsylvania. She was a minority woman.
Connecticut, this place where you think just sort of this rich sort of state, has a really large Latino population. And in New Haven in particular, it's something like 20–30% of the population is Latino.
There's a huge minority and community of color here in New Haven. So you will see people like you, and they will be your patients in the hospital.
Clinical work that we do deals with patients who, you know, English is not their first language, who are Spanish speaking only, who are underserved.
So special about the community of color at Yale is that the diversity, both in terms of just kind of where people are from, but in terms of people's interests and experiences and what have you, is as great as the student body at large.
When I I did my research for all the schools that I wanted, the Yale system was one of the things that stood out for me. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to apply here because of the Yale system.
We also have a reduced emphasis on grades and competition, and a strong emphasis on collaborative learning and on self-assessment.
The main reasons I came here was the Yale system. I had taken like 2 years off between undergrad and coming to Yale, so I really had gotten out of the whole frame of mind of being an undergrad and being like, you have to do this at this time, you have to take this test on this day, in which case you need to study exactly these 7 pages. And then with Yale system, you know, because you don't have like the constant worry of tests like every other day, like some med schools or whatever, you know, if you want to spend more time on neoplasia, you can do that.
I kind of need to learn things at my own pace.
Yale wants to have people talk and learn from each other.
I'm very interested in psychiatry and neuroscience research.
So I'm working in vascular tissue engineering.
I'm interested in pediatric infectious diseases, and I'd like to be in academics. I'd like my work to kind of impact people both domestically and globally.
Yale is that you get a chance to learn in action. One of those places is going through like preclinical clerkship, PCC, we call it. Once a week we go and we sit with preceptors. So usually you get 2 per group, and it's 4 students to 2 preceptors. And you're in the hospital, you're going to see their patients with them, you're doing physical exams, you're taking histories. And this is something that sets Yale apart, because most schools you don't get to see patients until your 3rd year.
We have a thesis requirement which gives the message to our students that direct involvement in research helps them to learn and understand about the scientific method, and in their future will put them in the best position for lifelong learning and critical evaluation of the literature.
When I got interested in medicine my sophomore year of college, because of the research, I wanted to see if I was also interested in patient care. So I volunteered at a free clinic, and my first interaction with a doctor, I asked her if she had been interested in medicine since she was little, because that's a stereotype that I had of doctors, that those are people who were born wearing a stethoscope around their necks. But she told me that no, that she got interested in medicine when she was in college. So at that time I felt more confident about my decision to pursue medicine, because I was not interested in medicine since I was little. This is something that developed over time, and I decided to do that in college.
Born and raised in Cochabamba, Bolivia, and my family and I moved here when I was 14.
So the Latino community here is very strong around us here in the community, where our patients, people who we get to interact with. And likewise, this Latino students here are very strong and sort of united. Our Office of Multicultural Affairs, OMCA, is actually extremely supportive.
As a Latina, I never ever imagined I would even see another person speak Spanish. So I was actually very surprised when I came here for the first time to see that there's Latinos talking Spanish on the streets. In fact, there's a community, the Fairhaven community. It's predominantly Latinos. I actually get to volunteer in the Haven Free Clinic, which is a student-run clinic by Yale Med School. And there, all my patients that I help see speak Spanish. So I actually get to hablar español more than I ever thought I would up here in the Northeast.
It's like a big family affair. Faculty look out for you.
And like how much I love the community here. It makes me happy that I'm here and I'm getting the education, and I'm also doing things for myself and for the community.
And I wanted to be able to serve people who...
Every year new students come in and we just want to be their mentors.
This is a place that cares about diversity.
And there's really no place like Yale.